बिस्मिल्लाहिर्रहमानिर्रहीम। अस्सलामु अलैकुम वरहमतुल्लाहि वबरकातुह। Dear second year students, how are you? I hope you all are fine. Today we will study chapter number 14, topic number 14.9, torque on a current carrying coil. So girls, first of all try to understand the title, torque. What is torque? The turning effect is known as torque. We have considered now to calculate torque on a current carrying coil, a type of coil through which current is passing. So we have concerned to calculate the torque through a coil having current. Torque on a current carrying coil. Dear students, consider we have taken a rectangular coil. This is having sides A, B, C and D. This is a rectangular coil through which current I is passing. Current is represented by I. Current I, its current direction. You can see here this is clockwise direction. Current I is passing. There is cross sign and on other side there is dot sign. And you have learned about dot and cross sign which show inward and outward direction of the current. And this coil is capable of rotation. It can rotate, okay, it can change its sides. If F2 side is perpendicular on upper part, then and this one other side is downward direction, then in next rotation the second side comes in upward while the first side goes to the downward direction. It is capable of rotation about any axis. So this line, this center line, this is axis. It is represented here x and x dash, right? This rectangular coil is capable of rotation about axis represented by x and x dash. Now suppose this rectangular coil AB, CD is placed in a uniform magnetic field represented by north pole and south pole, and the magnetic field lines represented by these red arrows. Magnetic field lines show magnetic field direction. We know that when a current carrying conductor, this is a current carrying loop, current carrying conductor, a rectangular coil, and current is passing through it, so we can say it is current carrying conductor. When it is having length L, its length is L. When it is placed in a uniform magnetic field, it will experiences a force. So it will experiences a force. So now we have learned about force in last topic. Yes, can you tell me what is the force formula? F is equal to I LB sin theta. I is the current passing through it and L is the length of this conductor and B is magnetic field. So force that will experience this current carrying coil is equal to I L, length of the complete conductor, and B, magnetic field, I LB sin theta, right? Where theta is the angle between conductor and the field. We have discussed in detail in last topic, where theta is the angle between conductor, length of the conductor, and the field between L and B. You can see here the sides AB and side CD both are parallel to these magnetic field lines, okay? If AB, we will take AB in this side, then CD from other side. If AB is parallel to this magnetic field line, then CD is anti-parallel to this magnetic field line. Parallel side of this current carrying loop make 0 degree, while anti-parallel make 180 degree. As you know, 0 and 180 lies on horizontal. If this is horizontal line, one side is 0 and other side is 180, okay? If parallel, then 0 degree, and anti-parallel 180 degree, and cos sin 0 and sin 180 both give 0 value. So that's why we can say that the force on these sides, the force on side AB and side CD is 0. Why? As force formula is the product of I, length of the conductor, and B, I LB sin theta. when theta value is 0, sin 0, 0, and when theta value is 180, sin 180 also 0. While there are other two sides, side AD, this one, and side CB, this one. In case of these side, the angle is 90 degree. Magnetic field is in this direction, and these are perpendicular to this. So angle theta is 90 degree, and the force on these sides will be calculated as, this one is F1, perpendicular side to magnetic field lines. This is F2. So the force value along F1, force value F2 can be calculated as F1 is equal to F2 is equal to ILB. How? As theta is 90 degree and sin 90 gives maximum value 1. So that's why the force F1 and F2 along two perpendicular sides alongside AD and BC is ILB sin 90. That can be written as sin 91 ILB. So F is equal to ILB along two sides. Which two sides? AD and BC. And dear students, it can be clear that the force F1 is directed out of the plane of the paper and F2 is going into the plane of the paper. Therefore, the forces F1 is coming towards you and F2 going away from you. They are being equal to each other but in opposite in direction. This is outward direction, F2 is inward direction. So they form a couple which tend to rotate this rectangular coil about its axis. Okay. So the torque of this couple is written as, what's the formula of torque? Torque is equal to force into moment arm. Torque formula you know very well. Force into moment arm. Okay. While force you know very well, that is equal to ILB cross, and moment arm is the length of AD and length of BC. This is considered A. Okay. Length of AD, this is known as moment arm, or length of BC, this is also known as moment arm. So that's why we have taken length A. So moment arm is written as A. Torque is equal to force into moment arm. Force is ILB and moment arm is A. Right. This is the length of any one side of the perpendicular rectangular coil sides along magnetic field. So where A is the moment arm of the couple and is equal to the length of the side AB or CD, not combined. Okay. As stated students, is I is current, L is length, it is in meter, B is magnetic field Tesla. This A is also length. Okay, one side length. Meter square, they makes area. So we can write IBA, whereas this L is length, this is in meter, multiplied by A. This is not area, this is A, any other side. This is also in meter, they makes meter square. So that is the unit of area. So in place of AL, we will write area A in this equation. So torque is equal to ILBA and torque is equal to IBA, as this L length and this length and meter, they are replaced by this area. Okay, IBA. So torque is equal to IBA. Always remember, when the sides AB, AD and BC are making angle 90 degree perpendicular to field lines, then torque value is IBA. Now we are going to discuss another case when the sides CD, okay, these are now parallel. In this condition they are parallel, but we are now going to discuss another case when CD or BA, these sides are making some angle theta, or we can say in place of theta making some angle alpha, as written in our topic. In place of theta is angle alpha. Dear students, this is the top view of the coil. It gives the value of torque when the field B, when the magnetic field is in the plane of the coil. However, if the field makes an angle alpha, this angle alpha will the plane of the coil. Okay, with the plane of the coil as shown in figure, this figure, the moment arm now becomes A cos alpha, A cos alpha. As this one is A, this side length is A, so its projection on horizontal is A cos alpha, as it is making some angle theta along horizontal, so that's why A cos alpha. Okay, so torque is written as, now tau is equal to ILB A cos alpha. So this is the other case when the top view making some angle theta along feed lines. So in this case, now this A is the length of the side and its projection or horizontal is written as cos alpha, and while A is the length of the side, so A cos alpha. So now moment arm can be written as A cos alpha instead of A. Tau is equal to ILB cross A cos alpha, and tau is equal to IB A cos alpha, where this A is length and L is length becomes area, IBA cos alpha. So this is our required torque on a current carrying coil. So these two diagrams are very important. This topic is also important with respect to long question as well as short question. So while learning this topic, do practice of these two diagrams. Fi amanillah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.